Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Lunchauskas. Today is the the day before the last trading day of this week, or some people call it Thursday. So yeah, welcome guys. So we're gonna have a look at the markets, what happened with them yesterday, what levels to watch out for today and later on, the usual stuff. So before we jump into the charts, then let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. A few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers research page here, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. We'll throw out different trading shoutouts, and yeah, I mean, of course, analysis in different languages as well. So some other stuff you can check out here. So yeah, feel free to visit us here, and yeah, I think you can find something useful for yourself. But for now, let's quickly have a look at the market. So the first one I want to touch on is the S&P 500. Now, yesterday I was talking about this one, and we saw this candle here closing outside of this range now, so that I was talking about in my previous videos. So we saw this close outside, and of course I was saying that we could go higher here from here because it's a positive sign. And yesterday we had a nice bounce here to the upside, so we moved higher, closed somewhere approximately around the 2773, something like that. So a good sign, a good bullish sign here. We could end up moving higher here. The next potential target that we're keeping an eye on is the 2790 or even the 2800. So this nice area here could act as a good level of resistance, so watch out for this one, guys. Certainly if we suddenly get a strong reversal back down, keep an eye on this level still, the 2742, approximately there. Now a break below that could be seen as a bearish sign for this index, and we could end up moving back inside this range. So for now, certainly we are more bullish than bearish, but nevertheless we are still keeping a close eye on this 2742, just in case if something happens and the index reverses and moves lower. But like I said, keep an eye of course on the 2790 and the 2800. Looking at NASDAQ, I was talking about this one as well yesterday, and we were meeting it. The NASDAQ was kind of hitting its previous highs here, the previous all-time highs, and certainly we're now moving higher. We moved into the new territory. I was talking about to keep an eye on the 7200. We closed above that level, so we closed at around 7210. For now, of course, again, it's also more to the bullish side than the bearish. So the next one that we would be looking after would be the 7300 as the potential good area of resistance. Certainly, that's quite a good jump for the index, but I mean, we've seen that happening in the past. So I mean, we could end up touching the 7300, but still, of course, keep an eye on this area that I've got highlighted here. This is a good area to watch, because if we get a reversal back down and if we close below this level, I mean, this could be maybe seen as a small a small negative sign, let's say like that. Maybe we could end up moving a little bit lower here. The lower level that we are watching here is the 6990, or actually let me just adjust that slightly. To watch here is this area between the 7000 and the 6990. So keep an eye on it, guys. Looking at the FTSE, well, yesterday it recovered slightly, of course, still closed below this 21 EMA here, shown as the yellow line. It managed to break it a little bit to the upside, but nevertheless got back below it, and now it's sitting around here. Acted as a good, very good level of support. Certainly, the question here is now: is this going to continue to the upside or to the downside? Well, to be honest, we're quite neutral on this one right now. We're just going to observe it, and for us to kind of be 77.95 on the upside, if we do get a break here in May, and around the 22nd of May, and that's around the 79.03 approximately there. So for now, guys, of course, like I said, I'll repeat myself, we're quite neutral on this one, just observing the levels. Looking at the DAX, and the DAX is in my previous videos. So for now, of course, again, we're also neutral on this one. We just want to see what it wants to do, but it seems that one day it wants to it's piercing through it nicely, but then it's actually closing the day below it. Now it's testing that level again, and of course, I mean, we need nice good move away from it, if it a break of which could open the path towards higher levels. But for now, it's like I said, we're quite neutral on this one, because there is also potential to the downside. If we make a move below this 200 EMA here, shown as the black line, and we move below, well, we actually close below that level, well, it could open the path towards this next good area of support at around 12,600. Keep an eye on it, guys. I mean, if a break below that could send this index even lower, maybe even towards the 12,450 approximately there. So for now, just keep an eye on the levels. Similar story like with the FTSE. Like I said, yeah, keep an eye on the levels. Quickly, let's touch on gold. Probably there's not much to discuss here, but apart from, again, we're quite neutral on this one, just observing it for now, because we need to see a nice break here, either through the upside here in 1307 in order to kind of consider higher levels, or actually move below this upwards moving trend line that has been running for quite a while now, and that has been running since December 2016. So we need to see a nice break here, and eventually maybe a break below the 1290 in order to kind of consider lower levels. For now, again, like I said, we're just observing this one. Let's have a look at the euro dollar. So the euro dollar is well, on a move higher. We can see that we had a nice push higher here. We broke the 117,500 mark. We also stayed above the 21 EMA. So all this is kind of pointing more to the upside rather than the downside. Certainly never exclude the element of surprise, which the market always has, but still, like I said, for now we're more bullish on this one than bearish, and currently aiming for this next area of resistance at around 118,250, a break of which could open the path towards higher levels, but we'll probably evaluate those at a later stage if we see a nice break here above the 118,250. On the downside, if this pair gets back below the 117,500, well, we could put probably our selling hats on, and we could start aiming for maybe lower levels here again. I mean, the good level to watch here on the downside is the 116,500, and slightly below that we do have this long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running for quite a while now as well, so around since January 2017. But I would probably recommend to stay very careful with this one. I mean, for now, certainly we are more bullish than bearish, but like I said, keep an eye on this level as well, the 117,500. Looking at the Euro JPY, that's another one that I wanted to touch on. Now this one's looking very promising, let's say, and we've managed to make a move back above this kind of flattish upwards moving trend line that has been running since mid-August 2017, and of course now it's we're back above it, and the potential is here to the upside. We could end up moving higher here, maybe even a test of this 50 EMA at around the 130,500 mark, and if that doesn't hold, well, we do have another one, a downwards moving trend line here that could be tested from underneath. This trend line has been running since February this year. We could end up testing that trend line from underneath. So for now, of course, like I said, it's looking more bullish than bearish, but if the pair makes a break here below this this aforementioned upward moving trend line and makes a move back below this 129.55 mark, well, I mean, stay sharp, be very cautious. We do have the 21 EMA here as well. It could act as a level of support, but if that doesn't hold, well, I mean, we can start rolling over here and moving lower. For now, like I said, keep an eye on it. It's a good one to watch, and like I said, it's looking quite bullish, and especially considering the fact that it's kind of drawing right now a let's call it a V-shaped formation here. So this is quite a beautiful formation that we're having here, quite symmetrical, I would say. So yeah, guys, there is some potential for here for the upside. Quickly looking at the EuroCAD, so EuroCAD managed to finally break this downwards moving channel, still below its long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running since end of February 2017. So let's see what it wants to do with that level. So that the good level to watch here is the 153, 150, also which coincides with this upwards moving trend line that I was just talking about. And of course, this is looking somewhat more bullish than bearish, and we are, like I said, we are now above this downwards moving channel, and of course we could end up testing this this area right here. So keep an eye on it, guys. Something to watch out for. Looking at GBP USD, and GBP USD is also looking somewhat positive. We've managed to kind of close just around this 21 EMA yesterday. Of course, we closed above this 133.90 area that I was talking about. So now, of course, the next potential level to watch is the 134.55. Also, something that I keep bothering and kind of keep annoying you guys with this. I mean, I keep telling you that to keep an eye on this 134.55. Now, a good break above this could send this pair even higher, maybe even towards this 200 EMA here for a quick test underneath, which probably by the time it could get to this area here would coincide with this 136.15 mark. But of course, let's not over speculate here. Let's see what happens. On the downside, we need to see a nice move back below the 133.90 in order to kind of consider further declines. Let's have a quick look at USD JPY and USD JPY. Well, initially it seemed that it wants to push higher, got held here by this 200 EMA here on the daily chart, and of course now stuck in here between the 200 EMA and the 21 EMA. Of course, we need to mention the fact that it's kind of got above this long-term upwards moving trend line. Well, this long-term upwards moving trend line has been running for quite a while now, since like September 2012. So we're back above it, of course, and certainly for now we're kind of neutral on this one. We would need to see a nice move here above maybe the 110.500 approximately there in order to consider further upside moves, or actually even, to be honest, if we see a nice move above the 200 EMA, we could aim for the 110.500, and then if that doesn't hold, well, then we will start aiming for higher levels here again. On the downside, if we suddenly get back below this long-term upwards moving trend line, well, watch out for the around 109 number. Could act as a good level of support initially. Looking quickly at USD CAD now, and USD CAD is, well, I mean, if Euro GBP is an annoying pair, but this one kind of probably right now is taking the crown. And USD CAD right now, I mean, it managed to make a move here higher on Tuesday, and then of course totally reversed down yesterday, and now we're seeing a small recovery back to the upside. So I mean, for now, just continue observing it. It's above this triangle formation, and well, of course it's really difficult to even talk about this one, to be honest, because it's a nice pair to trade, but to be honest, I mean, at the moment, just judging by the current activity, I would probably just stay away from it. And if we get a nice move here above the 13500, then probably we could become more bullish on this one, and we could start aiming on towards the 131.250. On the downside, we would need to see a nice move back below this back below this downwards moving trend line, and especially to see a close below this downwards moving trend line in order to consider further declines. A good level to watch here underneath is the 128, 150, 180 approximately there, this area here. Okay guys, I'll have to wrap it up here. I kind of overextended my video here a little bit, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me later on in my traders tea time at 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summer Time. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.